My name is Howard Harris. My story starts back in 2014 when I was living in West Philadelphia, around the Sarah Morris Middle School and Recreation Center area. I lost my house I was supposed to inherit from my great grandmother due to somebody illegally taking it and saying that they bought it off a sheriff's sale. I was at a nursing home visiting my mother who was dying from ALS. I come home from my nursing home, I find a lock on my door, my dog dead in the doorway. And the next thing I know, somebody showed up like a couple of days later telling me he bought my house with insurance of $7,000. But yet there was no letter that came to the house or nothing. A couple of friends took me in for a few years. I was couch surfing with friends and family. I rented a couple of places, but those people either passed away or then where I got into issues where I ended up getting arrested. Currently now, I've been through the shelter system that they've been helping me when I needed help with most. I collect SSI. That's not enough for me to get rent. I was staying in two different shelters. They kept telling me they was putting me in programs, they signed me into programs. I was in there for at least 9 months, never heard anything back from any of the programs. Now I'm staying in like Railroad Park back there. I've been out there all winter long, so hard. I've been out there in the last couple of cold blues, gas, school storms. I've been out there just trying to survive. I go to different places and get free food, all that good stuff. I try to my best efforts, and like just rent is hard. We got all these properties within the city of Philadelphia that's boarded up. We got all of these high-rises that got tore down. We got all these townhouses not around anymore. How come we don't have those for the people that need them the most? Like, we got people out there who are actually working, but we're not on drugs. Some of us have mental health, yet y'all don't help us, try to help addicts get a better spot, help pay their rent for over a year. But what about those of us who are just struggling trying to get by? How come we can't get that help? What about the people that need help? It's all the ones with mental health, or the ones that are just trying to get by. That's, I mean, it's for me, that's about it. There's no other drug beside my sister besides that. Why can't I get the help that I need, or the housing that I need so I can feel safe? Every night I gotta look over my shoulder, look at somebody in Trump coming up to steal my stuff, or maybe attack me in my sleep. There's been people down at the convention center that got shot on fire because people just wanted to pick up the homeless, bro. We could use the help. You really could. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Robert. I go to Second Baptist Church of Germantown. I live in the Germantown Falls area. I'm 27 years old, a full-time college student, and a full-time direct service worker and family support worker in child welfare. And like so many people in this city, I live with my parents as well as my brother because none of us can afford rent on our own. After losing our family home to foreclosure this past year, sharing an apartment wasn't a choice, it was how we stayed housed. My mother is 69 with mobility issues. My father is 74 with cardiac issues. They live on fixed incomes. And in a city where everything keeps going up except wages, that is frightening to say the least. When you're already living on the edge, one unexpected bill can throw your whole household into crisis. You try to save, but every time you get ahead, something knocks you right back down. Yeah. And while I'm in school trying to build a better future, it feels like a double-edged sword. Every job wants a bachelor's degree, but the debt that comes with it can follow you for decades. With the wages in my field, I honestly wonder if I'll ever see a real return on that investment. Again, I'm 27, and so many people at my age are moving back home, delaying home ownership and delaying children. Not because we're irresponsible, but because the math isn't mathing. And here's the truth. My family's struggling, but there are families struggling even harder. People doing everything right and still barely holding on. People who truly cannot take one more hit. So when City Council quietly voted to start eliminating the bird tax, it raised alarms. Not only because of the vote, but how it was done. Quietly, quickly, and with almost no public awareness. This decision removes one of the city's most important revenue sources, and there was no plan offered for what will replace it. And when the majority of people vote yes, and the only no comes from people who are elected to fight for working families, you have to ask, whose voice mattered the most in that room? Because it wasn't the voices of everyday Philadelphians, it was the voice of profit. Nobody wants to live paycheck to paycheck. But decisions like these are exactly what put us in that position. And to be clear, the concern isn't just that the tax was eliminated. The concern was how it was done and what comes next. If you're going to move a major revenue source, then be transparent. Tell us about the replacement plan. Tell us how you will keep the city funded without putting a burden on people who are already stretched thin. Because working people cannot take this responsibility on. We cannot be the backup plan when corporations get relief. Rent is rising, prices are rising, wages are not. And families like mine and thousands of others are already stretched to the limit. So why choose this moment to give relief to the wealthiest instead of the people who actually need it? Here's the truth. Here's the truth. If we can find ways to invest in businesses, then we can find ways to invest in people.
Yeah.
And families who keep this city running, and workers who serve the vulnerable, and young adults trying to build a future, and seniors who built this very city before us. We don't need less revenue. We need better priorities. Quietly eliminating the first tax without a plan is not responsible, not transparent, and it does not protect the people who are struggling the most. So again, I want to ask City Council, what replaces the borough tax? How we ensure residents don't carry the burden? How we protect seniors like my father and my mother, students facing debt, workers who lose every dollar they try to save, and the families that I work with every day who cannot handle another blow. We deserve answers, and we deserve leadership that puts people first. We are here with our interview to raise awareness because decisions like this cannot happen quietly. They affect real lives. My story is not unique, and that's exactly the problem. We deserve transparency, we deserve fairness, and we deserve a city that puts its people first. Thank you.